last video of day 2 series, and in which I will try to complete all of the transformation steps like add columns and view tab and tools as well. So let's get started. In this video I will give you a walkthrough about add columns that contain different kind of function like example, custom column, custom function, conditional columns, and index columns. Let's see these one by one. Column from example is something like you can provide a query uh, for generating the column that you want of your own. So we can add a column. Let's say I want to see the difference between the sales data and the delivery data. So I will select these two columns and click on this. From the selection I will like to add a custom column on the basis of the selected column that I have chose. So I want to see the difference between these two columns. So without writing any code I will just provide a number, the result that I want or the output that I want. Then Power BI will predict the outcome of each row. So let's see how it can do. The difference between 3 and 4, 3 and 6 is 3. Next, the Power BI is thinking that I will probably this a date. Let's change it to 4, and I think from the it yes it can understand that I am calculating the difference between these two dates. You can see that it has generated some query or transformation step that delivery date is subtracted from the sales date. Then click on OK. We have got our new column, that is subtraction. Now we will add a custom column. The custom column is something that you can provide a formula or you want to add some function or any kind of function you want to add in a new column. Then we can use a custom column which contains different kinds of function. You can explore it in the Microsoft Learn by clicking on the custom column function in the Microsoft document as well. So for now I will calculate the revenue that is generated from these sales. The revenue will be the multiplication of quantity and price. So let's create a custom column. You will see an interface like this, in which you will be providing the name of the column. I will give it as revenue, and you will see the available column that we have in this table. I will pass the quantity column, insert, and multiply it with the price and click on OK. So you can see that the revenue column has been generated. Now in move function custom column we will see at the last of the video. Let's jump on to the conditional column. So conditional column works on if and else condition. If a particular condition is meet, then what will be the output, and else it's not, then it will go in the else. So in the conditional column I will going to put a condition that if my sales are or revenue is greater than 1000, then greater than 500, then it is a good sale. Else I will, if it is greater than 500 and is less than 500, revenue is less than, or equals to 10, and it is poor, or we can say that 100. Let's So we have got our custom column or conditional column over here. Like uh, if my sales is greater than 500, then it is a good sale. If it is less than 100, then it is average. It is in between 100 to 500, then it is average, and less than that will be a poor. Okay, so let's move on to the next column. In next column serve as a serial number. If you want to add a serial number into our data set, sometimes uh, what we have to do is that we want the unique number for each row. So I personally use index column for that type of calculation only, because it sometimes it become more essential to add index column to it. Next we have duplicate column. If you want to duplicate that particular column, to click on the duplicated column, it will get duplicated, or a copy of that will be created. Now let's move on to the invoke custom function. Custom function is like creating a particular kind of steps, or uh, we can generate a table through it. It will iterate over each and every row. So let's see if I can create or not. For this, let's move on to the blank query as a data source. And I will go to this advanced editor and be here. Let's do one thing, create a function that will be generating a hello world program for us. Hello world, world equals to, in this particular program we will be printing hello world. So basically what we have done is we have defined a class, and this class will print as hello world message. Then it will iterate to each and every click of this class. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's click on the invoke function. You can see that we have uh, output as hello world. So that an invoke function does to you, it create a function and it will iterate row by row, and you can convert this into the table. Like I can create a table out of it. Next, moving on to the next tab, that is view tab. You will get more understanding in this by visualizing all of these uh, check boxes over here. Formula bar is something that we can see the formula that we have applied over here. If I uncheck it, it will go away. Next we have show white spaces. White spaces are present over here. If I uncheck it, it will go away. Then we have a column quality. You can see that the this part of the each column is vanished. If I uncheck this, it will show generally the valid data or distribution of data. Column distribution is something we can get the chart of our data, that how our data is distributed. We can see that order number, all the values are unique and distinct. Item ID has a 45 unique distinct value, and our data is replicated because it is spread over this kind of bars set. Then we have column profile. Once I click on to the particular column, you can see that it will show the detailed column statistics and the profile of the data. Next we have advanced editor, that is main thing. It contains all of the steps that we have performed, the applied steps over here in this, and it is generally we can say that it is the M query. M query is the language of Power BI, and it is generated in the advanced editor. That's it for today's video. Power query is complete. Now we can move on to the day 3.